So we doing a little bit editing on the next episode of the Reading Is D.O.P.E podcast featuring Tiffany Forbes, author, smoking cessation specialist, multifaceted human being. This part of the process is pretty much I've gone through. I've cleaned all of a lot of the extra static because I conduct these interviews over the phone. So I deleted all of the static that came through the line, most of it for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Cleaned up the vocals a little bit. Now I'm going through with both because I have both tracks on different files. I have both uh, sets of vocals on their individual tracks, I should say. Mine is on track one, hers is on track two. So right now I'm listening to them just to make sure the mix is right before I bounce it down to one file and start making it into the episode.
Or that right. Count as, on the chart and like, okay, somebody's reading it. I ain't be stressing because I can see my page count. I can see that people are buying it. I don't care. Like, I hate to say it like that, but somebody's reading it because people are reading it.
Yeah, no doubt. So, like, what was the best feedback you ever got that, just kind of made you like, damn?
Some of my best feedback was actually horrible. Like,
so, I'm gonna lower that volume just a tad bit, just to kind of get it to kind of blend with the rest. So, like, what was the best feedback you ever got that just kind of made you like, damn?
Some of my best feedback.
Take a little bit of that extra space out. Still make it sound natural though. The transitions. Damn.
Some of my best feedback was actually horrible. Like when I first book, it was like I didn't like this. You need to change it. I'm gonna take all this in consideration and I'm gonna go back and do the things that they said, and it helped. But it also taught me don't rush to put shit out. I'm gonna take all this in consideration.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and lower the laugh a little bit. Cause you see, this was clipping something seriously, so we'll lower it so it won't clip.
I'm gonna take all this in consideration, and I'm gonna go back and do the things that they said, and it helped. But it also taught me don't rush to put shit out. Like take your time. Like okay, because get test readers, beta readers, proofreaders, do all that. Like get other eyes on the story, get opinions, like people that,
Right.
And when the stories that I use beta readers, I didn't know I was a fucking beta reader when I first did my first book.
Right.
But like after that, I'm like, let me run this past a few people that read avidly, that do leave reviews and read all the time and see what they think. Give your honest opinion. Does this sound real? Do you think this is something you want to read? And it helps. Because I could be writing a story like, I don't know, everybody read The Coldest One Ever. Did you read that?
Nah, I've heard about it though.
Okay, well, the second book came out, the sequel, 20 fucking years later, and the main character died, so she's like a ghost in the story. I'm like, you telling me, damn it? So she's like a ghost in the. So she's like a ghost.
So, I hear some kind of noise.
So she's like a.
I think it's maybe right there. Yeah. So see. Little extraneous noises I try to take out because they can affect the recording, especially when when I bounce the track down with both tracks.
So she's like a ghost in the story. I'm like, you telling me, damn it, ghost in the story. I'm like,
maybe right here. It's not really the one I'm looking for, but let's see.
Ghost in the story. I'm like, you. I'm like, a ghost in the story. I'm like, you telling me, damn it, in the story. I'm like, you telling me, damn it, that we waited 20 years for the main character to be a ghost? Like, what? Where were the beta readers? Like stuff like this is like things that you know what I'm saying, you want some feedback before you publish it. Like this
Right,
could have been the best story ever. And y'all dropped the ball. So I like to get, feedback before I drop it.
right, right. So do you feel like that first project you rushed?
No, it wasn't right.
Gonna lower that just a little bit. There we go. So do you feel like that first project you rushed? Take out a little bit of space. Pull that over a little bit. You rushed?
No, it wasn't rushed. I just
Yeah.
could have done more, and I did go back and fix it. Though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I told you, I had to sit on it for a couple of years. It's just that it was new to me.
Right.
This was a learning process. You know, like if you don't, it was new to me.
Right.
This was a learning.
Right.
This was a learning process. You know, like if you don't know something,
you gotta learn it. I get it.
Yeah.
So see, that was a lot of space. I don't know if she was waiting for me to finish a sentence or what, but so we're gonna cut some of that space out though.
know something.
You gotta learn it. We're gonna take a little bit more. Pull all that over.
Something.
You gotta learn it. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I did. Like I basically focused on what I need to learn and figure. Like I basically focused on what I did. Like I basically focused on what I need to learn and figure out. Like I'm talking about, I learned how to format books.
Yeah. See, the volume got like super high at this moment. I don't know if maybe I turned it up in the mixer, but we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep it. Try to keep a steady volume.
On what I need to learn and figure out. Like I'm talking about, I learned how to format books. I learned how this is the size cover. Like that.
Look, I'm gonna take that down just a little bit more. Yeah, like that.
Focus on what I need to learn and figure out. Like I'm talking about, I learned how to format books. I learned how this is the size cover. Like that's how I ended up doing like all those journals and planners. Like, okay, messing around. Like let me learn how to do some of this stuff myself. Because at first I was seeing people like, hey, if you want to do a planner or a journal, I can do it. I'm like, what do I want to do 20 or 30 planners or journals? I don't have thousands of dollars to let you, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to figure this out myself.
Right. So
I like to learn stuff. So that's how that goes.
So your planners and journals are for like say if I wanted to buy one so I can journal myself. Oh. Yeah, I thought the planners and the journals was a neat idea. I thought about, you know what I'm saying, kind of doing like a Reading Is D.O.P.E journal so that you can write down like all your books or like synopsises of all the books that you read, you know what I'm saying? Because, writing helps you understand it. Helps the information soak in. So, don't know. Oh, okay.
So some of them are just plain line notebooks. And then I have like some different, like the Black Men Are Dope. That's like a some of them are just plain line notebooks. And then I have like some different, like the Black Men Are Dope. That's like a book for men, like they can write down thoughts, things. Then it's like the manifestation book. I have, like a planner. I have a budgeting book,
Okay.
like a self care. Well, it's different.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know what I was saying. Okay. So, okay. Just a little okay in there. Let me raise that up a little bit.
book,
Okay.
like a self care. Well, it's
I mean, you
different.
still
I
can't
have
really
different things. You know what I'm saying?
understand
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I was
okay.
saying, but
That's different. I like that. I mean, I,
we gonna, uh, we gonna raise this up a little bit, just a smidge.
yeah, yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, okay. That's different. I like that. That's different.
Yeah, you know, some people take out the breaths. Some people leave them in to make it sound a little bit more natural, but
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm gonna have
That's
a
different.
musical
I like
backdrop,
that.
so you may not even be able to check it,
I mean,
notice it anyway, whether I had it or not, whether I left the breath in or not. But always save. Like you go through edit a little bit, save. That's what I do, cause you never know when your these computers can crash at any time. You lose all the work that you did, so then you have to start back over from where you were.
that's different. I like that. I mean, I never really thought of authors creating their own planners or things like that. You just really think of them writing books, essays, or
I'm a
things like that.
creative person, so you got to put the energy somewhere.
Okay. So, what does a essays or
I'm a
things like that?
creative person, so you got to put the energy somewhere.
Okay. So, what does the concept of creativity mean to you?
All right, we gonna take just a little bit of that space out. All right, another thing I like to do as well, like if I make so many edits, I always, like I said, first I save it, then I'll go through, select all of those clips. So these are all of the clips from the edits. So I'll go up here to edit, and then I'll go down here to consolidate clip. And what that does is it makes all of those edits, all of those smaller clips into just one whole clip. So I do that. I do that in order to save time as well, because you just never know. You might mess around, delete one of those smaller clips, and then now you're trying to fix it. You're trying to go back. You're trying to undo everything, and shit. Sometimes you just can't do it. So I do it on this track as well. You see all of these like little smaller clips selected. Go up here, consolidate clip. Sometimes it takes a long time. Like now it's not. I think because these are two mono tracks, it's not taking as long as it would a stereo track. So boom. Then we go back up here, hit save again. Then I go over here to the clip list. I go down here to select over to all unused. So all unused clips are selected at this time. Go right back up here, and then I go down here to clear. Now it gives me an option of whether I want to just remove the clips or do I want to move the clips to the trash. In this case, I'm going to remove them to the trash. So save room on my hard disk. I mean, it's pretty much up to you.
Creativity means sometimes if I cannot sleep, if I am up all night here and my laptop is charged and ready, let me get on here and see what I can do.
Okay.
And like with the planners and journals, okay, I'm gonna just be honest. Like I said, I like to do stuff. I'm one of those people. I don't. Not saying I gotta keep my name out there because Divine Diva is just like I just feel like I'm Divine Diva, so that's why I named the journals and planners under that. but just I wanted to be doing something because I knew I was, I was getting my master's during the pandemic. I was so tired up and write 10 and 20-page papers. I couldn't write a book at the time.
See, like this excess noise. I mean, what is it there for? You know what I'm saying? So I go through and just remove that. I mean, ultimately, at this point, I'm just trying to make the audio cleaner, make the vocals, make the conversation sound a little bit more natural. That's why. So I panned her vocals. Let me go show you what I did. So I panned her vocals slightly to the right, while I panned mine slightly to the left. So it seems like you know, like I'm sitting off to the left and she's sitting off to the right. You know what I'm saying? And we just having a little conversation instead of having both panned straight to the middle. But yeah,
I couldn't write a book at the time. I couldn't complete a book. Let's put it like that. I was writing, right, but I knew I wasn't going to publish a book. So with that being said, I needed to do something. Like I need to be creating something literary.
Right.
So that's where that came.
We're gonna raise that a little bit.
Right.
So that's where that came from.
Okay. So what did you get your master's in?
We're gonna remove a little bit of that space right there. Boom.
Okay. So what did you get your master's in?
Human services. So as that ties into, I feel like I should have went on crazy because I started a second master's program, but I took a break from it. But I sit next to the social workers at work right now. So I did all the work that they pretty much did. The only thing I did not do was the internship part. That's what distinguishes my degree from like kind of like a social work degree, honestly.
Right.
So my degree, I pretty much can work in criminal justice, I can work in mental health, I can work in healthcare. It's like human.
For a second, make sure I didn't move that shit when I was.
That came from.
Okay. So what did you get your master's in?
All right, let's redo that clip slide. All right, bet. Sometimes I accidentally grab a clip and move it. So in this situation, if I was to grab a clip and move it, like I'll show you in a second, it'll just throw off the whole conversation if I don't get it back right.
Crazy because I started a second master's program, but I took a break from it. But I sit next to the social workers at work right now. So I did all the work that they pretty much did. The only thing I did not do was the internship part. That's what distinguishes my degree from like kind of like a social work degree, honestly.
Right.
So my degree, I pretty much can work in criminal justice, I can work in mental health, I can work in healthcare. It's like human services is well rounded. I can work anywhere pretty much.
Right. I get that. I thought about going back for something.
So you see,
more related to humans.
This C-Suite, it's a noise reduction software. Well, plugin, I should say. So I use it on this, on her vocals, because her vocals, they came through the phone. Whereas my vocals, I recorded straight through the microphone in the mixer. So if you're wondering why mine may sound a little clearer than hers, that's probably the case. But like if I bypass this,
I can work in mental health, I can work in justice, I can work in mental health, I can work in healthcare. It's like human services is well rounded. I can work anywhere.
Like you hear it's a little buzz in the background. You can't really tell, but like if you listen real closely.
Justice, I can work in mental health, I can work in healthcare.
So if I unbypass it,
justice, I can work in mental health, I can work in healthcare.
You don't even hear that buzz anymore.
Is well rounded. I can work anywhere pretty much.
Right.
So it's a beautiful thing to have these plugins, man.
I thought about going back for something.
Some of these plugins definitely make life easier.
Right. I get that. I thought about going back for something.
We're gonna raise my vocals up a little bit. Let's just raise the whole. We're gonna raise that whole boing, that whole joint right there.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
I get that. I thought about going back for something.
We gonna take a little bit of my space out. My space. My space
Right.
like time.
I get that.
Dropping missiles like Saddam Hussein. You sing. I'm saying we sing.
I get that. I thought about going back for something more related to human services, but I don't know. I'll figure that part out.
Yeah, every day is a struggle when I decide do I want to finish that second master's because it's just like, I mean, honestly, like my job, I love my job. Like I said, I work. I'm considered as a qualified mental health professional.
Right.
So it's like I work every day. I still get to help people. That you know what I'm saying? I'm still helping people. I still network with people. I talk to people all the time. So I'm still
Like for instance,
people. I still network with people. I talk to people.
that was a breath. Sometimes I would take it out, but in that one it just sounds more natural to keep it in. So
People. I still network with people. I talk to people all the time. So I'm still being of service. It's just a different avenue, like I said. So I mean, I'm still happy with what I do, basically. And I feel like, so sometimes I feel like it's really not worth me getting another degree.
Right.
Because, even once you have your master's, you have to do so much. Every year get this. Every year get this. So much. Every year.
So that little click, that little, I'm gonna go ahead and take that out.
Do so much.
But you don't want to do that because it sounds like it's cutting her word off.
So much.
Let's see, that's the issue.
So much. Every year get this.
Let me see.
Much. Every year get this.
Much. I might have to keep that on. To be honest with you.
So much. Every year get this different certifications and stuff.
That's kind of.
So much. Every year get this
Yeah.
different certifications and
alright.
stuff anyway to work in your field.
Right.
And I'm going to sign up soon to take a national smoking cessation specialist thing so I can actually work anywhere in the United States helping people. So that means my plan is to do virtual group sessions, like I can actually do virtual groups. I may even start a nonprofit. So it's like I can work at doctor's offices, group homes, different places going around teaching people about smoking sessions. So that's another avenue. So at this point, do you know how much income, you know what I'm saying? Like that I'll be able to extra bump up my income doing that. And I'm also helping people without actually going back to school, racking up another degree. So
Right.
that's something I'm working on too. I don't need no more student loans.
Oh, trust me, I understand.
Right.
Man.
Quick
student
question.
loans
So,
be
what is
hitting
the difference between a smoking cessation specialist?
you. We're gonna lower that a little bit. Drop that down just a smidge. Drop it down
Quick
to the
question.
flow.
So, what is the difference between a smoking cessation specialist and a substance abuse counselor?
I only focus on smoke, like tobacco.
Alright, we go boom. Boom. Alright. Alright, so yeah, that's a little bit of the process. A little bit, let you get a little bit of touch of the next episode. It should be coming soon within the next week. Barring any, setbacks. But yeah, man. If you haven't checked out the Reading Is Dope podcast yet, make sure you check it out on your favorite podcast app. You know what I'm saying? It's on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. It's on a lot of different podcasts. Latest episode featuring who was the latest episode featuring Dream Nelson. So yeah, check that out. She's a poet. You know what I'm saying? She's a model. She does everything, man. So yeah, just check her out. Her website, idreamwrites.com. That's EYEJREAMWRITES.com. So yeah, check that out. Check the podcast out. Man, if you want to support the Reading Is Dope podcast movement, hey, go to dopedigitalmedia.com. That's DOPE DIGITALMEDIA.com. Show your support, man. We appreciate that shit. Got shirts, t-shirts, got all types of merchandise you can support with. Grab one of those Reading Is Dope book boxes featuring one of the authors from one of the episodes of the podcast. It just depends on which one you want, as well as some Reading Is Dope merchandise with it. You can check that out at dreampages.com. That's DREAM PAGES.com. Yeah, we gonna go ahead and close you out right now, baby. I'm gonna get back to editing behind the scenes.